Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is John with Tommy's Top Picks here to bring you your weekly market update for Flesh and Blood. Boy, am I excited. This week is our pre-releases. I'm going to a couple. I have two this time. I think last time I did three. Could be wrong on that. Maybe I only did two, but definitely did it at different shops. So it's exciting that our local scene is growing and there's more opportunities to play in the pre-releases. I cannot wait. I'm very excited. So yeah, let's jump in. Crazy market this week. I'm not really sure what the reasoning is other than people prepping capital. That's probably it. Trying to sell boxes as quick as they can to prep capital for upcoming events. We have the Baltimore event coming up. And then we have, I think that's in end of April. And then we also have Outsiders coming out, which is a very hyped set, I believe, personally at least. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Let me know in the comments below. Are you hyped for Outsiders? And so I just think capital's moving as it does between sets. People sell stuff they're less interested in holding on to, and they buy new stuff. That's what people do. So let's jump in. Crucible of War Unlimited Box is up 11% to 111 from 100. That's crazy. So I do want to point out, I was wrong. I believe I said WTR would probably hit this mark before Crew did. It looks like we're officially official, right? Like it stayed at 100 and went over. WTR never did. It got close, 95, but it never quite hit there. So it's worth pointing out that Crew, a supplemental set, a non-draft product, ended up getting there before WTR Unlimited, which is crazy because I know WTR is a favored draft. I guess when they did that big event, the WTR kind of like revisited it or whatever they called it, they printed a lot more and put it back out. It's a good idea. I get it if that's what they did as LSS because it is such a good product to continue to use and use and use. So maybe the print runs on WTR Unlimited, like that second wave or whatever it is, were just really, really big. And so they're still out there, or maybe it's something else. Maybe there's something in Crew that's like really hot right now and I don't know what it is. If you know, let me know in the comments. But either way, a second Unlimited box broke 100 and stayed there. That is freaking epic. We knew Unlimited would do it when we started to see creeping up on Arc. Now it's just kind of a matter of fact, right? This is a matter of fact situation that Unlimited eventually gets there. Now, that said, I will warn you, these two products were printed very heavily. So just keep your calmness, right? Like the first three had less print run than these ones that came after. So while this will get there eventually, it will probably be multiple years for those following ones. And that includes EVR if that ever comes out in Unlimited, which we still have no word on. And it seems like it won't, but we don't really know. Anyways, moving on. Unlimited cases. ARC up 7.69% to 476. This is an all-time high. Pretty epic. Not too much high off the high, like higher than the high. It's only like $7, but it was one of those things that it's interesting to watch this slowly climb. I do want to take a look at that chart. Crew Unlimited is down 11.42%. This is on the cases. So the boxes went up, the cases went down. This may be a great ARB opportunity. We'll take a look at the charts to see. It doesn't look like it though, based on simple mental math. It would be 44. So it's actually still a slight premium, just the premium is smaller, right? That said, that might be a good buy all the same. I'll see what I feel when we look at the charts, but it's kind of hard to justify it when we had it at 300s just a month ago. We'll see how it is. Moving on, Monarch 11.21 again for unlimited cases, up. So it's at 248 from 223. Not the highest. We've seen it here before, bouncing around in its regular range. Mon is still got some interest, I'm guessing, from the Dusk Till Dawn situation that's come out. Really excited there. Really interesting stuff there. I do want to point out the Soraya Marvel and what's happened with it recently when we go and check out the cards. So hopefully I remember to do that. Moving on, WTR first edition box. This is crazy. It's down 40%. Now, that said, and same with this ARC is down 14.5%. This Crew is down 10.2%. So I'm assuming these are all sales related to I Need Capital. That said, all of these listings are with, this is the ARC one, are with unrated sellers. Now they have a lot of sales, right? So they might be legitimate, but I want to point something out. we've noted in the past that there's been scams, especially in the Pokemon channel, if you've paid attention to that. There's been scams where people are saying a case will sell. It's like 20% below what the market price really is. Everyone gets excited, everyone buys them, and then they all get canceled. The shipping is faked, things happen, right? And they never get the product. TCG Player refunds them, so the individual buyer is not harmed. That said, we're assuming people continue to do this because TCG Player is paying out, with the new eBay ownership and stuff. We're assuming there's a automated process where they actually pay out to the account that sold it. Now, if that's true, and this is a lot of assumptions, but this is just, I've seen these sorts of things happen in the past, so I want to explain how it could be happening. If that's true, then there would be a high motivation for someone that's going to do this scam to essentially get an account that's not their account, get a hacked account, and you gotta know people are using the same password and username they are elsewhere. So you can just go on the internet and find a list of usernames and passwords and keep trying them on TCG Seller until one works. And once it works, it's a pretty easy automated process. Once one works, you now have access to an account, a seller account that you can fake list, fake your shipping number, because you can just look up shipping numbers and put anything in there. So it all looks legit. When that happens, within a few days, TCG Player will credit that account, assuming the person isn't paying attention, which isn't always the case, but is possible. Then they could use that credit from that account to buy stuff and ship it to an address that's like their own or PO box or whatever, because there's probably no limitation on that, and therefore steal product without ever getting caught, and TCG Player basically facilitating that. I'm assuming that's happening to some degree. When I looked at this one, and that's not to say that's what's happening with this account, so not to speak ill of MV Holdings LLC or anything. There's 253 sales. I looked at their history. They have positive comments. The problem is the positive comments are like 120 days ago, yet this listing is happening. It could be me. I will be honest. When I list stuff, this is what I look like, right? I have a bunch of sales. I have okay rating or no rating, depending on how long it's been since I sold something, right? I think my personal TCG Player count, I haven't sold anything in 120 days. So I would look just like this if I listed this box. That said, I do believe there are some level of kind of active scams happening on TCG Player where these listings are coming up that are way below market, because we're talking 40% below. The 14%, maybe not, but 40% below. Either that or this box was drop kicked across a field, right? Which is also possible, right? Just the quality of the box. I think the third listing for WTR, it shows pictures and it's pretty pristine. But that one is higher than this. No, actually, I think it's around this price. So there's two that are lower. This one, it's the same sort of thing. Low rating, not verified seller. This is the risk with non-verified sellers. So just take note of that and realize that is a factor and a potential risk. So moving on, I'm not sure exactly where we stopped. I think it was 14.5% down on ARC. First edition boxes, we just talked about that. Crew, same thing, 10.2% down to 449 from 500. Not that big of a change, honestly, since we're just kind of reverting to the mean on that. I know it seems like a big number, but we've been bouncing in that range for a bit. So nothing too crazy there. Everfest first edition boxes, because it's the only edition boxes, down 6.35% to 59. We have bounced in this way back, kind of 2 months ago. We were climbing and now we're back down. I honestly don't know what that climb was. Probably some key cards for some key stuff that people wanted. Or maybe supply was running out and a new wave came, because you got to remember these sets have waves. Actually, Everfest was pre 2.0, so I'm not sure this does have waves. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that is. It's back down to a very low price, very reasonable price. If you want to pick it up, I know most people have a lot of it. It's been super available. Moving right along, WTR first edition cases and ARC first edition cases are both sold out and have been. I changed the way I designated this. This is the time frame they've been sold out, so nothing really special there. If they come back on the market, I will relist them and change the way it looks, right? Monarch First edition case, 449, up 6.15%. I'm guessing this is that Dusk Till Dawn hype. That's what we're seeing across the board from that period on. We'll probably cool off before then, especially if we get spoilers or something like that that indicates some of those older cards aren't as good as people think. But it could increase if we get spoilers that say, hey, you really need the boots or the Phantasmal Footsteps. You really need Carrion Husk, and there's not going to be a reprint. Things like that could make it spike. That's the beauty of this game. It's one of the reasons it's kind of easy to collect because every card has its time. Tales of Aria up 9.26% to $295. Very reasonable prices still. We've talked about this every time. Tales is just this chaotic, crazy market. I don't know why Tales in particular is, but it is. Anyways, Everfest didn't move. Nothing else moved. Let's see. Dynasty down 9.12% to 319 from 351. This is a steal for Dynasty if you need Dynasty. I think this is probably the lowest we've seen, and it's probably below map. Yeah, I do believe it's below all the lines in the sand. This is purely new sets coming out hype. It happens every time you see a massive dip. It's stores probably trying to clear shelf space so they can fit more boxes of the new set, and they're like, well, this didn't sell, dump it, but I would assume this will jump back up to the map pricing, which is it 351? I think it's 351. We've been below it a lot recently. So I think it's still 351. I know they have the tiers of it, so it may be below that now, maybe down to here. Point being, it will probably jump back up at some point. This is a 2.0 product. They seem pretty good at controlling the ebbs and flows of inventory, and so far we have seen nothing but good things. Outsiders down 9.29%. I do believe we were talking about how hyped it is to see hype in a pre-release set, because before that, since probably Tales of Aria, there wasn't any hype. Like everything after Tales, it was basically just listed at map from the get-go and stayed at map the whole time. Seeing that little pre-release bump is cool. It shows market hype, shows interest, shows pre-orders. Very cool, very, very cool. I would say it's not something you should seek. This is still over map. I still contest that we will be able to get map pricing, upon release and for weeks after it. But I could be wrong, and this is the first time we're seeing this in 2.0. So, new pattern, you got to analyze the data. Don't just judge, don't go off your gut, and don't assume because new data needs to be interpreted, read, and considered. I did want to go into some cards real quick. Soraya. So, listing 500. Oh my god, it's so high. I think it was at 450 last time. Big story here is actually it's not. And this is kind of important. Oh, look at that. Actually, there's a 425 listed with pictures. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. I don't see any dings. Yeah, that looks like it's in pretty good shape. But the thing that's important to note, the last few sales have actually come down quite a bit. So we're talking, it's been in the 300 range that it actually sells. So while the listing price is 500 or 425, I guess if you look at that one with the pictures, this tells a different story. 350 was, I think, the peak sale, and it's just trickled down since. So I assume it will continue to do so because people listing for 425 are not going to get it. It looks like anytime you can get under 300, that's a good steal. It came all the way from the 5. You guys can't see it, and I can't make it go any lower, but that's okay. Just trust me, about 4 listings down, there's a 548.94, 375, 380, 490, 378, 374, 347, 328, It keeps going, right? So just note that under 300 seems to be the price where it moves if you're trying to sell one. And over 300 seems to be a hard sell, but you can get up to like 350. And that was, that was recently. So that's worth noting. 350 is in striking range of a very reasonable sale price. And then kind of if you're looking for the low, just under 300 seems to be about where it goes. I do think this is all over. So we have seen lower by $1 or so, and we are seeing it in that range more often. So I would say generally speaking, downward pressure as we expect. there'll probably be a low in the next month or so as people get, they want to buy a case instead, right? So you sell your Soraya. So just something to note, 500, while the list price is not really the going price. And that's what happens on low volume items. You get that to occur a lot. Quick look through. Some are going up, some are going down. Generally speaking, actually, it looks like the listing prices are going up. So there must be people pretty regularly buying Marvels of the Dynasty set. Looks like dragons have calmed down a bit. 182, 113. Yeah, they're about the same they have been. The 20 to 40 range, depending on utility of the small dragons, and kind of that 100 plus range of the big dragons. So, with obviously Tumultai being the highest. So I just wanted to take a look at that real quick. Let us go to best-selling everything else. Okay, so we're still on this rainbow foil kick of early sets. Unlimited rainbow foils are still selling. There's a lot of them going. So you're seeing all these like common iconic cards selling in that regard. Prices keep going up. I know it frustrates some of you. It's fun as a collector to grab some and be part of that story. I bought some Heralds of Erudition because it's a beautiful card. That's just where we are with this set and this game. It is so popular now that, and like that's a perfect one to get in rainbow foil. It's popular now. People want collection pieces. It's they're targeting this stuff that's relatively affordable, and they're buying a lot of it. I know some people are upset about buyouts and the rest. That's what happens when your game is awesome, right? I mean, I'm sorry guys, the rainbow foils are not really meant for play. I know some people do play with them, but they're, they are supposed to be special and collectible. That's why they're rarer. I mean, that's how they design the game. LSS designed the game this way. You go to the collector center, they talk about the collectability of the cold foils, etc. So I know some people get upset by that, and I understand. Like when the things get priced out, your surgical extractions and whatnot, it's frustrating. But generally speaking, LSS has handled this exceedingly well, making sure that play pieces are available at a very affordable price for most people, and then collectible pieces are collectible and interesting to hold on to. I will say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is one of the easiest games to collect I've ever seen. Because everything has its chance and its time. Into the charts we go. WTR Unlimited. Not much to talk about here. ARC did the crazy jump. Looks like things are tightening around that, but we do have an ARB opportunity of like a couple bucks. Yeah, $3. Not that big of a deal. So interesting, but not a crazy thing. This is ARC Unlimited. Yeah, we did see tightening up on crew, but like I said, it's a few dollars off of the premium being a ARB opportunity. Mon, we have a little premium intact. Tales of Aria is silly as always, unlimited. All right, moving over to first edition. Like we said, these two are out of stock, so there's really no point in doing that. It's just going to be flatline. Crew is dipped. We have a higher premium. Boxes are selling for lower, so that might be a good steal on an individual box. We're seeing Mon cases jump and continue to go up. Again, I think that's supplying for Dusk Till Dawn. Makes sense. Ellie is always insane. Not much to talk about there. And Everfest Premium now came back. Interesting. All right, Uprising. We got that check mark. I love that look. That's a good look on the market. Very low prices, something you can get a hold of pretty affordably. And then the individual boxes. So you got a decent ARB opportunity. This was this was a really good one. 72, 75 to 79. I mean, really good relatively. We don't see them very often as that wide. Moving on to Dynasty. Here's your ARB opportunity of $5. Probably one of the better ones you'll see because this is almost certainly going to bounce back up. All right, that is it for your market update. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, share this stuff with your friends, hit the share button. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything else we could talk about that would be interesting. Until next time, have a good one.